as per the list, first name is J. Divya, research scholar from Nurul Islam Center for Higher Education. Is this Divya there? Miss J. Divya, are you there?
No, ma'am, she's not here.
Okay. So the next one would be Jatinder Kaur.
Yes, ma'am, I am here.
Okay, ma'am, you can start now.
Uh, Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Myself, Jatinder Kaur. I am a research scholar in GNA University, Pagwada, Punjab, India. I am doing my research under the supervision of Dr. Disha Khanna. So today, my topic for paper presentation is Women Resurgence in Dr. Disha Khanna's poetic work and hence the Phoenix Rules. So I'm going to start my paper. Uh, the real meaning of women empowerment lies within the promotion of women's ability of self-worth, given freedom, and ability to make choices of her own life. Women always sacrifice their ambitions, wishes, and other things for the sake of the family and for the welfare of the society. Females are the pioneers of civilized society. Without women, we can't think of a good and a civilized society. In the modern time of now, a woman is multitasking because she is doing so many works. She is handling her house, she is doing her responsibilities of career, and even she is the victim of patriarchal society's belief and norms, which crushes all fundamental rights and freedoms of the woman. Domestic abuse, social malpractices, and partners' violence. Since this has been increased in these days, gender-based violence and cruelty is not new in these days because this is the consequences of cultural misgiving and wrongly justified traditions and ways of life. Though women are at progress, but we can see the dark side of the picture, and also because every woman is not getting all the opportunities and liberties of life. Only few are lucky one. So, on the other hand, literature interprets the meaning of life and nurture with the power of words and magic of imagination. A male writer can't present female instincts and emotion with the loyalty as the female writer presents. Because a male writer presents all things from his own point of view and perspectives, because he imagines everything, and which with his imagination power, he presents all the literary pieces and incidents. But on the contrary, women writer will write everything by her own emotions and by her the actual life role experiences. So men convey all thoughts in brief and concise manner. But on the other hand, women write in detail by paying attention to even minute things by their own experiences. I want to quote here American writer Maya Angelou's words. Mm, I respect myself and insist upon it from everybody. And because I do it, I then respect everybody too. Unquote. So new now this is the era of new women. Now women are touching the sky and value themselves. Self-respecting women exude strength, courage, power, and grace. Today's women knows her worth and she doesn't bother what others think about her. My present paper is on the work of Dr. Disha Khanna's poetic work and hence the Phoenix Rose. So Dr. Disha Khanna is working as a Deputy Dean in the Faculty of Liberal Arts at GNA University, Fagwada, Punjab, India. She is a counselor, content writer, international poet, basic practitioner of NLP based and soft skill trainer, and author of NCERT school books of the children. She was born in 1981. Disha Khanna is having a positive attitude of life. Disha Khanna's women is the symbol of strength and bravery. Her women are creating new dawn with new experiences of life. A poet can raise a storm and bring all colors of rainbow by her words, and Disha fills all colors of new hope and women's life through her magical words. In the past 2-3 decades, female status in some Indian regions, especially in urban area, has undergone tremendous change. Now our society realizes that real advancement and progress lies within women's upliftment. Uh, as compared to earlier time, women are now aware of their rights and make their own decisions. Women are now performing every task with excellence and acquiring highly paid professions and jobs. Our orthodox Indian patriarchal world always restrict women from choices of marriage, employment, and lifestyle. But now, today's women has been awakened and she knows her rights and duties. Here I have one evidence of English newspaper that on 18th October 2022, this is the dark side I am presenting. Side by side, I am presenting the right side, and side by side, the dark side. 18-year-old woman was raped by an auto rickshaw driver. According to newspaper, old women boarded auto rickshaw, and she was, instead of taking her to destination, driver took her to secluded area and raped her. No doubt, the persons, other persons which were passing away, and the police caught that auto rickshaw driver. So we can see that women activists played a very, we can say, active role on this incident. So NGOs, police in these days are working very hard and working well for the safety of women. So Disha Khanna writes here in her poetic words, liberate yourself from clutches of men, society suffer no longer their domination. They have already done their excess, totally bewildered. What to liberate myself from? Should I snap ties from my family husband, FIL, MIL, or SIL, or run away forever from home and commence to new phase of living on my own? What should I be from? What should I be free from? So, a woman should always consider herself strong and confident because criminals or anti-female people always search women who look weak and submissive. And on the other hand, women empowerment lies in getting decision making power and building a positive self image with self confidence. If a woman is ready to get exploited, then no power or man can harm her individuality if she doesn't allow her exploitation and respect. But if she is unaware and always permit others to exploit her, then this world is full of the monsters. Latest online report channel Women on Wings present a report on 30th June 2022 under the title that rural women are more ambitious to achieve their economic goals. New women entrepreneurship programs are the result of emerging women power. Females know their legal rights. So for this, Disha Khanna salutes strong women in her poem like this. Hats off to this feminine creation, frets from morning to dusk, and cats tirelessly rust, not even a single thing she demands, and gobbles all the shit and reprimands an unusually outstanding creation of Almighty. Precisely waiting so brightly, heads off to the women, O women, the audacious one. So, Indian people are conservative in several matters, no doubt. There are some parents, even they in this era of 2022, they take their daughters as a heavy burden due to societal norms and rituals. Many factors are responsible for this: dowry, women molestation, domestic violence, which turns a woman's life into a hell. No parent wants that his daughter should be tortured in any way by another person. So, due to shortage of time, I can't present all the things which I have written in the paper because I have so many evidences and citations. Going ahead, that this is the era of women enhancement, and now females are working as academicians, doctors, teachers, journalists, and scientists in modern Indian uh, scenario, and women's status is taking better shape. Author Radhika Kapoor posted in an article under the title Understanding the Status of Women in Modern India. This article presents the reports that how women are progressing more than earlier in present times. So Disha Khanna present women's status in her poem like this: the turbulent past no longer overpowers me. Disha Khanna challenges that it can't overpass me, as I have already tread on the path for a new harbor. I am fly high to the right place at the right time in the right direction. All is well in my new world. So there is a noticeable increase in the participation of women in the professional sphere. Now, day by day, women is flying high, but even then, latest research shows of 2022 that 89% married women are still dependent on their partners for financial decisions, irrespective of their education and money earning status. Still, women is not totally free, but up to certain extent, we can say that now the time has been changed. Though it may be in some reasons, but it has changed. Disha Khanna supports a woman through her poetic words. They can't destroy you completely because the phoenix in me knows the tactics to rise, resurrect, and outshine. So be the fragrant and jubilant soul you want to be. The world around you will adjust accordingly. Stories of successful women inspire us with a deep effect and motivate us. Avani Likhara met with an accident. Her lower body was paralyzed. She started her life again with full strength and set Tokyo Paralympics record in 2020. Hana Sandhu not only brought Miss Universe crown for India, but after a long time, but she sets an example in the field of beauty and brain for others. Mirabai Chanu won silver medal in 2022 in Tokyo Olympics and in the women the 49 kg weight. She is Padma Shri and of 2018. And Bhavana Kant became the first women fighter pilot in Indian Air Forces. Geeta Gopinath is a doctorate and she is the first woman to serve as the IMF's chief economist. So Disha salutes these words and accolades these women in her words in the poem like this: be the guide, create the ride, trust your flow and set your sails to grow, no looking back, just be on the track, weave your own story and earn the glory, be brave and bold and move with the flow, even in the mud and scum of things. Something always pings and sings, it's me, the bold me, who will be the key to every sensible plea. As compared to women of urban area, women of rural areas suffer more. No doubt, wherever women are dependent on men for their needs, men always take advantage of it. Women is the companion of man and has every right to get opportunities of progress and upliftment. A woman should be free from man's sneers and willing to rise to the full heights. So, I'm going to conclude that reproductive capacity is one of the best gifts of God to a woman. It's not an easy type to produce another life. So Disha writes here that, oh God, give me the power to endure the stupidities and ridiculous of the man. Hope this bundle of mystery gets cognizance of his way and mends his unusual case. On the concluding section, I'm going to conclude by saying this, that women are considered as feeble and weak, and nobody tries to encourage their potential and bring them forward. But now women are self dependent and strong. A huge amount of literature only presents sufferings and pain of women, and that this type of literature sometimes affects negatively and breaks the spirit unknowingly. So, first and foremost duty of an author is to bring out the actual factors from this society. And second, the most important thing is to encourage the readers to move towards positive side of life. And Disha Khanna is very efficient in her work as an author. She ignites the flame of enthusiasm in our minds, and she did her job very brightly, and we can say very intelligently. Women have awakened now and know their rights. Situation may be different in some regions, but majority of women try to get rights. Today's women is damn hard, ambitious, and efficient. She is fit for any role of lover, friend, housemaker, caretaker, supporter, life partner, and professionalist. So, literature written by women helps to analyze social construction of men and women relationship. Maximum cases of domestic violence are reported by women are free from in-laws, cruel actions, and women from in-laws family, or sometimes support their male persons, for example, their brother, their son, to torture a woman. Emotional, physical, and sexual maltreatment of one member of the family shouldn't be allowed by the other. So slow and steady often wins the race. So all fears should be tackled with a strong and determined mindset. When a woman faces all problems with open heart, without any fear, then every difficulty of life make her more stronger, and nobody can exploit her, because when a person sets his mind, then mind directs him accordingly. So women should keep in their mind that they are more strong and they can face every problem of life without any terror. They should never afraid to stand alone whenever and wherever it is needed. That's all in my paper. Thank you, academicians and expertise. Thank you very much.
So I appreciate your paper, ma'am, and your
Thank you, ma'am.
efforts to put in henceforth. Okay, so women empowerment is in women's hands, I think so. And
Yeah.
yes, your paper revealed that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, audience, now the session is open for questions. You can ask any questions regarding the paper. Are there any questions possibly? Okay, ma'am. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Good, good,
So
good
I think
afternoon,
we can
ma'am.
call. Yes, good afternoon. May I know your
Sorry
name,
for,
please?
my name is Afsha Mirza. Sorry for intervening. I was supposed to
Okay.
present my paper at 3 to 4 technical session, but due to some technical faults, I was not able to connect. So, will you allow me to present my paper in this very session?
I
I
think,
will be very grateful to you.
could you please wait for some time? The participants who are allotted to me can finish first, and then after that, I'll come to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay. So the next participant would be Miss K. Monisha. Are you there? Okay. Miss J. Divya, are you there? K. Monisha. Okay. Uh, Miss N. Rama Gomati, are you there? From John's College?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Rama Gomati.
Okay. Okay. Rama Gomati. You can present your
Yes.
paper now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Rama Gomati from St. John's College. I'm very happy that I got an opportunity to express my views on the condition of women. So let me present my paper. I have a PPT, so let me show you there. Is my PPT visible, ma'am? Am I audible?
Yes, Miss. Yes. Yes.
As
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to present a paper under the title Subjugation of Women and Nature in J.G. Ballard's The Drowned World. So the author, J.G. Ballard, is James Graham Ballard. He belongs to 20th century and he is a novelist and essayist. He's best known for his science fiction and especially his climate fiction because he wrote many stories regarding with an apocalyptic setting. And this man, this great James Graham Ballard, he was associated with the New Wave movement. And his novels, it depicts the destruction of earth, and most of his novels are set in future, describing how the earth got destructed by human activities. And next, what I say that his famous novels, that is his quadrology, the novels, The Wind from Nowhere, The Drowned World, The Drought, The Crystal World. So these four novels, it depicts, it gives a detailed account of destruction of earth, and every novel was set in apocalyptic setting, and how the earth got destructed by global elements like air, fire, water, and crystallization. So I'm going to speak about his second novel, the second of his quadrology, that is The Drowned World. So in this novel, the earth, that is the globe, it got completely destructed because of the global warming, that is radiation have been increased, That's why I had mentioned as a global element as fire. Fire is nothing but the radiation, the global warming that has caused the earth to get destructed, and it has raised the ocean levels, and almost half of the world, or not half, the whole of the world got drowned. And a set of members or a set of scientists, they go on a mission to check what are the reasons or what could be found in that drowned world. And many of the people, they started moving to somewhere where it is habitable. So this, I don't want to give the detailed gist of the novel. Let me go into what I'm going to present. So here, what I'm going to say is that I'm going to speak about the subjugation of women and nature. How women and nature, they have been oppressed by the patriarchal capitalism. So in this novel, the main protagonist is Dr. Robert Carrots. And there were many other male characters such as Reeks and an antagonist named Shankman. But throughout the novel, we can find only one female character, that is, her name is Beatrice Doll. And throughout the novel, you could say that this girl, this woman, Beatrice Doll, she was viewed as an object because the city has been almost drowned, and she was supposed to be the only woman who was left alive. And to her, what all other characters in the novel, they do this, they all want to possess her as their own property, and they all admire her. They viewed her as an object for her female sexuality. But what is that? Here, this lady, that is a Beatrice Doll, she never bother about that. They flatter her and they make her to be their own, but she does not bother. Even they give her more compliments. She take it everything for granted. So this attitude of Beatrice Doll was developed from her grandfather, because she was from her childhood, she was brought up by her grandfather, and who gave her a luxurious life. But she was not allowed. She had every freedom, but the only thing, she wants to be in a prison, a life that life to be prison. So she was brought up in a such way because she has to lead a passive life. This made her to be dependent on others even wherever she goes. She was not independent, so the dependency made her to depend on men. And what I have to say is that here, this character, there is the Beatrice Doll, she was oppressed by everyone because oppression made her this. As she was dependent, everyone started oppressing her, as how the nature has been oppressed. And in this article, I would like to apply the eco-feminist theory. Let me show you that. Yes, I have applied the theory of ecofeminism because ecofeminism, it analyzes, it explores the connection between women and nature. And this theory, it was first formulated by Francoise de Ebounet in her novel, in her book, Leave Feminism Out La Mort. And it was around 1970s, this term, it got into rise. And it could be easily explained that the relationship between feminism and ecology, especially their interconnectedness, and the parallels between women and nature include not only looking at women and nature as mere objects, but also looks on how men dominate women and how humans dominate nature. So this is what ecofeminism is going to analyze. And here, especially, I have applied social ecofeminism because I have said that there is a hegemonic system of social patriarchal capitalism. So I have applied the theory of social ecofeminism. Social ecofeminism is nothing but it is one of the branch of ecofeminism, sub branch of ecofeminism, where the objects or the women and nature, they have been viewed as a material for the values they have. That is the production and reproduction. Both women and nature, they have the interconnectedness of producing and reproducing. So men and human beings, they view the women and nature as an object. And here I have been explaining about the character of Beatrice Doll. She wishes to live a life to the fullest, and she seems to be a careless person, and she seems to be lax depending on others. And she believes that Beatrice Doll, she believes that happiness exists only in a material way. And our author Ballard, he has mentioned Beatrice Doll always in a subordinate position. Subordinate position is nothing but depending on others. Whatever others say, she has to be obeyed. As somewhere in subordinate, as if nature has been subordinated to human beings, because human beings, they used to take away the resources from nature and leave it as it allowed. Likewise, Beatrice doll, she was also used by others. She was also used by others in the characters. Her from her childhood, she was also used by others. And now, when there was a disaster, when the world was in apocalyptic situation, she was left alone. She was left alone to move from one place to another. Almost she was isolated. So what I'm trying to say is that the nature is regarded as an object of conquest and utilization, as well as a tool for servicing person. How nature is looked upon, women was also looked in the same way. And slavery and destruction of nature will inevitably lead to the imbalance of the whole ecosystem. So once when a human beings they started destroying nature, or when they start using the resources that is found in nature, at one point on one time, nature it becomes eco-balance. That is, the ecological system would be disrupted, and that would lead to what does the human beings habitable place would turn to be uninhabitable. This is what the turn. And the character Beatrice Doll, what is that? Her character and her way of living, everything is designed by the male patriarchal characters. And so what I want to say is that both nature, that is the world, and the character Beatrice Dollar, women in the novel, both have been oppressed by the same force. There is the hegemonic system, the patriarchal capitalism, and they have taken over the natural areas and the women. So it has misused, it has rejected women from their position and made inferior, which means how they have been misusing the nature, they have been misusing the women also. So capitalists, usually after taking away the resources from the earth, they leave it without considering. Likewise, here the Beatrice doll, he was also left isolated by her greedy grandfather, and she was brought up to be a dependent and subservient individual. And sure, though she has been noted for her sexuality, she does not get tempted, or she does not get tempted by other males as they used to flatter her. Whatever they do, she does not get tempted. She just take it as a compliment. She moves on in her way. So, and as nature and Beatrice Doll, they were mistreated by this patriotic capitalism. They were found to be the victims of this aggressive system. So it could be concluded that both nature and Beatrice were searching for their identity, because Beatrice, though she was also searching for her identity from her childhood, because she does not get good brought up, or she was just under the control of her grandfather. And nature, how it is trying to search its identity is by renewing itself, by renewing the balance that has been disrupted by the centuries of humans' activities, and the destruction that is common, that is caused by human beings. And so here, why I say that betrayals and nature are homogeneous, because they have the same connection, that as nature has been oppressed and it's trying to renew, likewise Beatrice though she was also oppressed and she was started to be subservient, and how she was trying to search her identity. So here, by portraying the subjugation of women and nature, Ballard, through his fictional global catastrophe. So it's not a real thing. It is everything is fiction. So he has set up in a future, and around this novel around takes place in the year of 2145. That is a distant future. So here the apocalyptic setting. So there's a global catastrophe. So what Barrett wants to convey is that he did not actually predict the solution, but what he says is that the hegemonic system of patriarchal capitalism can be replaced by eccentric alternative or ecocentric alternative that emancipate all forms of oppression. So the world now it is anthropocentric, but now when it turns to be ecocentric, when the world it turns to be ecocentric, there we could not find any kinds of subjugation. So everything, the world will be the center, and everything will be dependent on the world. But when it is anthropocentric, the humans they take over the rules. So this can be avoided if That is that is if we have an ecocentric world. This is what I have to conclude. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, now the session is open for questions. Audience, if you have any questions regarding the paper, you can ask now. Okay, congratulations, Rama Gomati, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, we shall move on to the next participant. I think Divya and Monisha both are here or not. Could you please inform if you are there? Miss Divya and Miss K. Monisha. Okay, so the last one is I think Upendra Ratilal Kavani. Are you there? Research scholar from Udaipur. Upendra Ratilal Kavani. Okay. Okay. Afzan Mirza, you can present now.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. You can continue.
Thank you. My topic is Recreating Motherhood in Udayar's Mother, a Post-Feminist Perspective. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. I'm getting some echoing sound.
Yes, you can continue now.
Okay. I'm presenting my PPT.
Okay, I think there is some problem in the audio. Admin, please look into it.
I'm presenting the PPT. My topic is Recreating Motherhood in Udayar's Mom, a Post-Feminist Perspective. The Hindi cinema since its inception has tried to depict the presence of motherhood, be it by males or women themselves. The fact they have been a crucial part of the cinematic domain cannot be denied. That's the other thing, their role has been confined and restricted to domesticity, subordination, and submissiveness. However, as time changed, cinema brought a paradigm shift and started navigating women's role, and so does the mothers. The cinema started moving in a new direction and facilitated the portrayal of different shades and complexity of motherhood, from invisibility to visibility, oppression to authority, and object to subject. Mother India is one prime example where the mother became the symbol of national importance. Nargis, who has been portrayed as a bold, devoted, and morally upright mother, kills her son for straying and remained the epitome of motherhood for many decades to come. So we can see how Hindi cinema kept on associating the mother with the attributes like selflessness, compassion, and submission. Despite powerful women portrayal, the screen time
Okay,
given to
dear
the mother role
participants,
was
you can
limited.
tell the title of your paper, your aim of the paper, and then content of the paper, and you can conclude that. You
Okay,
need not
ma'am.
read the paper.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
So we see that how women time and again were associated with concepts like submissiveness, kindness, compassion. But when the female gaze entered into the 1970s, a new depth was given to the character of mom. My objectives are to explore the intricacies of motherhood, and it is going to use the post-feminism framework to understand the complexity of character, and it will foreground the concept of motherhood with respect to the movie Mom. Theoretical framework is post-feminism. I'm going to use post-feminism lens to explore the intricacies of the womanhood and motherhood. Like like postmodernism, it discards the single
Excuse me.
narrative, deconstruct the binaries, and create
Excuse
space
me.
for multiple.
Mr. Ram. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Mirza, ma'am, am I audible?
There's so much of echoing.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
Mirza ma'am, please.
Actually, ma'am, you have to leave the meeting and just rejoin the meeting because have some problem in your device.
Okay, okay. Hadia?
Yeah, just leave and rejoin, ma'am. And please unmute your audio.
Am I audible now? Oh, still the same problem.
It is echoing. I think you join with two ID, right?
No, no, I am not. I have not joined. No, I have just joined from the laptop.
Srividya ma'am, shall we ask her to continue? Have some problem? I don't know why.
I think she has joined with three more IDs.
Ah,
Her
yes.
name is visible for 3 times.
Yes.
So, Afzan Mirza ma'am, you can completely log out and you can join in with only one ID at a time.
Hello.
If you are joining from laptop and mobile means you have to join it from two different mail IDs.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Is my voice okay?
Okay.
Okay, fine. Okay,
So continue now.
okay. So now I will come to the analysis of the movie. Mom illustrates the journey of a mother who, in the face of injustice, takes the law into her hands and seeks revenge on all the culprits involved in her stepdaughter's gang rape, and shatters the stereotypical narratives and discourses associated with stepmother. As we've traced how, on the one hand, cinema time and again portrayed mother as angelic, goddess, pious, and flawless. However, on the other side, there were movies like Sargam, where stepmothers were represented as cruel figure, a negative image. A mother was either portrayed as angelic or devil, like black and white, with no gray areas. In Sargam, a cruel stepmother mistreats her stepdaughter for the fear that her stepdaughter might snatch away her child's right. However, Mom is one such contemporary movie where Devki, played by Sri Devi, shatters the age-old stereotypical discourses regarding stepmother. Mom portrays Devki as an understanding human who, instead of compelling her stepdaughter to accept her, tries to understand her psychology. Despite Devki's best effort, Arya, her stepdaughter, doesn't accept her. She keeps on missing her mother. In a scene, Arya says to her father, "आप मेरी mom को भूल चुके हैं, मगर मैं नहीं." This shows the psychological state of Arya. She's unable to let her go. So accepting her stepmother is beyond questioning. It also raises questions like it is necessary to remarry after the death of first wife unless the children approve. Mom raises many such complex questions and bring out the intricate dimension of womanhood. It problematizes the situation and tries to illustrate the subject situation objectively. Besides, what differentiates it from other narrative is it doesn't highlight a linear narrative. Rather, it brings out the multiple truth and realities of different characters. There is a scene where two eunuchs visit Devki for thanking her for her support, and on seeing Arya, they ask, "यही आपकी बेटी है ना जिसके बारे में आप बातें करती थी?" Once they leave, Arya asks Devki, "What were they talking about me? What have you told them about me?" Devki says, "अच्छा ही बोला." She further says, "आपने उन्हें ये नहीं बताया कि मैं उनकी बेटी नहीं हूँ?" This particular scene metaphorically shows the emotional distance between them. Devki, however, responds with a smile and says nothing. Despite Devki's best effort to bring reconciliation between Arya and her, she fails. So the movie, through this particular scene, highlights the situation of a mother who is collapsed between two worlds, a world that has died and a world that has yet to be born. Arya keeps calling her ma'am instead of mom as a sign of resistance. However, Devki neither discriminates nor does she feel jealous when Anand gives preference to Arya. Rather, she makes things easier for Anand with her calm demeanor. Nevertheless, when tragedy strikes and Arya gets raped by Mohit and his friends, even in those volatile and vulnerable moments, Arya blames her mother for the tragedy and says to Devki, "Do you know what they said? Bula ab apni maa ko," which further depicts Arya's spite toward her. It keeps haunting Devki, which later on comes forth in the form of revengeful attitude toward perpetrators. In a scene where she visits Mohit's cousin, who is paralyzed because of the poison prepared by Devki herself, and retorts, "क्या बोल रहे थे तुम लोग? बुला अपनी माँ को." आ गई उसकी माँ. Even though Arya is not born out of her womb, the emotions she feels on seeing her are show the on seeing her predicament are authentic and overwhelming. So the movie has adopted a post-feminism approach to depict the reality of Devki. It neither criticizes Arya's response nor Devki's action. Rather, it creates a personal space for personal voice that makes all the difference. The movie also shows character development of Devki from a soft, generous, loving to a vengeful and rancorous mother who is ready to cross mountains and dive deep into the ocean for the sake of her children. Just the way all mothers are not the same, despite having core universality, all stepmothers are not cruel and discriminatory. And this can be seen throughout the plot in the way Devki takes law in her hands. It is only in the ending scene that Arya realizes that the woman whom she has been despising all along has taken her revenge, and it makes her to break into tears. And the first time she calls her mom. The sound of word mom compels her to fire the bullets and thus ending trajectory of perpetrators involved. Thus, the ending becomes the site of reconciliation. I will conclude my paper now. Despite the criticism and objections with respect to the legality, we cannot deny the fact that the movie has been successful in breaking the old age belief regarding motherhood. The movie presents that mothers are no more helpless creatures, they're assertive and audacious and ready to risk their life if life demands them. They're no more damsels in distress waiting for their hero. Rather, they move forward with their weapons and fight with the world within and without, single handedly. The movie is not propagating the idea that women don't need men. However, it does emphasize the fact that they can be savior too. Like Devki, who acts like a savior not only to her daughter or family, but as a protector of justice too. Thus, Mom shatters the stereotypical construction and discourses associated with stepmother and brings into light the capacity of a woman to nourish her children despite the womb they belong to. Thank you so much.